G'day guys, Frostbite's G.I. Joe Repro here. It's a disgustingly rainy Sunday here in Canberra, Australia. So I thought, what better to do than just lock myself in my house that's nice and warm and repair some Joes. So you would have seen these guys appear in the last video we did. Just O-rings are busted. So I thought I'd just spend a little bit of time just putting them back together again. So just didn't know what you guys were up to, so I thought I'd just make a video while I was doing it. So we're taking apart wetsuit for a start. I don't know what your experience is with wetsuit V1, but generally the biggest issue with him is these two little probes that come out that the hose is attached to and go into his backpack. And that's generally your number one problem with him, is one of those or two of those be broken off. So I was really happy when I got this guy and they were both still attached, no problems. Still got the remainder of the last O-ring sitting in there, so we'll just get rid of that. What to do with that band? There he is. Hope everyone's been enjoying the videos that myself and Craig, Adam and Aaron have been doing. We have a lot of fun putting them together and we really enjoy doing it. We're all based in separate areas of Australia, so when we can get together and make those videos together, it's like catching up with mates. Notice the camera's going a little bit. Having a few problems with focus, but it's just because I'm sitting here in front of it, going in and out. So yeah, no biggie. So I'm just using my own stands. Like I think I was saying in the last video, everyone has the same clear stands. I don't. I just make my own stands. I sell these guys for 75 cents a piece. I can do them in any color you want, pretty much, if you're interested in some stands and supporting local. And when I say local, I mean Australian made. Those clear ones that you see, they're not made in Australia. I'm pretty sure they're made in China, which, nothing wrong with that. But if you want to support Australian made or even just guys in the Joe community, let me know. So with wetsuit as well, one of the other issues that you can have when you get him is this little picture on his chest might be faded. This one's pretty good. So, and weirdly with this guy, he's got these two prongs. Picture's really good. His paint is really good. And what lets him down is cracks in both elbows. So, but yeah, whatever. So, I don't know if you know much about wetsuit. Let's just go through his card quickly. And I get all my information from Yojo. So Yojo is saying that wetsuit is from Series 5, which is 1986. He was first released as part of the 5th series. He was also available in 1987 and was discontinued in 1988. So his card, so his file name is Brian Forrest. He's a rank or grade, he's an E5. He's from Myrtle Beach in South Carolina. He's a Navy SEAL, and his secondary specialty is underwater demolitions. So his card reads, SEALs are the guys who are too nasty to be airborne rangers or Marines. The Navy keeps their SEALs locked up below decks until something bad becomes worse. That's when they all got dumped in the soup on a rubber raft with a knife, a gun, and all the ammo and explosives they can carry. Wetsuit may just as well be the roughest one of the bunch. He's wild and unruly, but he's simply the best at what he does. Wetsuit may be mean to the bones, but he's also quite bright, being well read in both the classics and the standard texts of military tactics. Pretty amazing considering that the level to which he has developed his toughness would seem to indicate full-time occupation. All right. So we'll put him to the back. And let's kick on with Voltar. Right. Now, I've forgotten about this, but you can see in the back there, Voltar has had his backpack snapped off in there. And weirdly enough, this is not the first time I've seen this. So I got this guy ages ago, and, you know, Voltar himself, I think he's a really weird figure. He was just, you know, his get up and colors, and, you know, his bird on his radio comes back, and just weird. But I kind of like him. So when I got this guy, his backpack was also broken. So you probably can't see it that well, but just there, that was cracked off, and that was stuck in this Voltar's back. So just a bit of glue and just being careful, and he got put back together. And then I received this guy in the mail, and he's got exactly the same issue. So it's not a problem. We just get it out. So how I do that is I have this little screwdriver set, never stays in the right bloody place, but so you can see there, it's just a collection of screwdrivers, and I just get, you know, a smallish one, and we just fiddle around with the edges. And leverage him out. I don't know why in particular this figure keeps on snapping backpacks. Notice I'm being really careful not to break my screwdriver as well. That would suck. It's starting to think about it. So in this particular case, I don't have his backpack, so not too fussed about how damaged this gets by taking it out. It's really in there. Let's try a smaller one. That's starting to look good. There we go. Got him out. No real damage to the back. It's all good. Yeah, let's get that screw out. Just examining this hole. Looks weird. Can't tell. It's like the band was melted on or something. Anyway, it's not going to obstruct a new band, so let's get that done. I would love to hear people's thoughts or experiences on Joes that they just couldn't fix. I've fixed a few problems now on Joes, and I found the biggest problem seems to be when the back screw is rusted. Or, you know, when any of the screws are rusted, it just gets painful. I do have I think it's a scoop that his back screw is pretty rusted in. So I'll probably be making that a future video of showing you guys how I remove rusted screws. And I have found, I think I've done about 6 or 7 of them. And I've generally found that, say, out of 6, 4 will be all good and, you know, great and perfect, and you'll be so proud of yourself. And then 2, you sort of walk away from it just hating yourself a little bit. Okay. So, Voltar. So, information from Yojo. Apparently, Voltar was from Series 7 in 1988. It was also sold in 1989 and was discontinued domestically in 1990. And apparently, he was also available in a 1988 carded pack with Muskrat, which was a Target exclusive called Ultimate Enemies. I am unfamiliar with the history of the hatred between Voltar and Muskrat, but I'd love to hear it. So from his file card, it says Voltar was an extremely successful mercenary commander. In fact, he was too successful for his continuous presence to be tolerated by the provisional governments, revolutionary councils, and also military dictatorships that employed him. He could pluck victory from seemingly imminent defeat and complete defiance of the odds, always just one step ahead of disaster, never looking back. Winners never look back. And there's a quote there from Destro, which is, he has that quality I admire most in a general. You know, that Napoleonic anecdote? The marshals of France were extolling the tactical prowess of a certain young commander. The little corporal cut them off tersely. All very well and good, but tell me one thing. Is he lucky? Once again, I'm not really up on the history of that, but like I said, sort of a weirdish paint job for this guy. And the looks to be, I always thought it was a vulture, but it's a condor. Hangs out on his backpack. Weird, but I like him. Okay, next we've got Rock and Roll. So everyone probably has seen him recently with the release of the Classifieds figure, or the Classifieds version. you haven't seen it before, it's sort of the difference, like with how these heads, the bottom of the heads were made. Yeah, so if any of you guys have got any ideas on, Jesus, arm just go in, bro. If there's anything you'd like me to cover with regards to repairs of Joe's, please just write it in the comments, or you can communicate with me directly either by Instagram or Facebook. That one arm. There we go. Gotcha. Please let me know if you want to know how to do something, or you'd like to see me do something on camera related to fixing Joe's. So Rock and Roll, he's part of Series 1, released in 1982. And like all the original 16 figures, Rock and Roll was released with straight arms. So his name is Craig McConnell. His grade is E5, and he was born in Malibu, California. And noting like what this card goes through is how they modeled that classified version of him. So his primary specialty is infantry, and his secondary was a PT instructor. Rock and Roll was a surfer in Malibu prior to enlistment. He was also a weightlifter and played bass guitar in local rock bands. He's familiar with all NATO and Warsaw packed light and heavy machine guns. And he graduated the advanced infantry training, apparently top of his class, with a specialized education of covert ops school. Rock and Roll is cunning but naive, forceful but shy, possesses a strong sense of loyalty to his teammates, and is sincerely concerned about their well-being. A man of honor and integrity who can be counted on to hold the line. So yeah, pretty sweet looking figure. Chuck him up there, and let's get on to the last guy, which is V1 Breaker. He doesn't want to come apart. There he is. He was, yep. He was a bit more sticky. So I've told you before in like the video I did about changing O-rings, you might get some residue just stuck. Just clean him off. You don't need extra padding in there to sort of jam it more, so try and remove as much as you can. So not only sort of fix or repro videos, but if there's something you'd like to hear the boys and I talk about in the future, just once again, just let me know. Just trying to jam his head in there. It looks clunky, but there's always, it's never just 100% easy. There we go. All right, V1 Breaker. He was from the first series, which was 82. And like, again, you know, like rock and roll, he was released with straight arms. So from his file card on Yojo, his file name is Elvin R. Kibbe. He's an E4 grade. He's from Gatlinburg in Tennessee, and his primary specialty was infantry. So it says the Breaker was familiar with all NATO and Warsaw Pact communication gear, as well as most world export devices. His specialized education was signal school, covert electronics, Project Gamma, whatever that is. He's a qualified expert in the M16, the M101 1A1, and the MAC-10 Ingram. So the classified knowledge about Breaker is he apparently speaks 7 languages. So I don't know why that wouldn't be secondary specialty, being linguistics. Apparently he's efficient and self-assured and has an uncanny ability to turn adverse situations to his favor. So I don't know. Well, he's just so confident that he just makes stuff work. Don't know. So yeah. 4 figures, all fixed, ready to go. Looking good. And we'll get them stored away probably. I actually don't have Rock and Roll and Breaker, the V1, so they'll probably go into my cabinet. Wetsuit and Voltar will probably get stored away, I'd say. I've got a couple of those. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, and if you like the content, please click on the thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. We really, really motivates us to know that people are listening and enjoying the content. So if you are enjoying the content, please just let us know. Our next video will be released this coming Friday or Saturday, depending on what my schedule's like. So just keep watching for that. And then noting that in about a week or something, we've got a very, very special guest coming on board with us. If you're into Joes, you won't believe that Adam managed to snag this guy. It's unbelievable. So yeah, keep tuned, guys, and we'll show you something special. All right, thanks very much for joining me, and we'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.